Ooh, welcome, legends. Bitcoin taking a full, dare I say, correction here to the downside, right? Or is it starting impulsive movements here to the downside? And can we start having a deeper correction for Bitcoin? Or, as per the thumbnail, is this perhaps a buy the dip opportunity to still expect explosive momentum for our favorite altcoins here to the upside? Is this a corrective structure or is this an impulsive structure? That is the conundrum, right? Is this a 1, 2, and we are busy with a third wave here to the downside, ABC, and we're going to continue the momentum here to the downside? Or is this just a healthy correction, a flush out of all the longs, just reset the funding rates a little bit, and then the party continues here to the upside, right? Let's go analyze the price of Bitcoin, and I will share with you the levels that I'm currently watching here at the moment like a hawk. I do see that the altcoins are holding their ground. Bitcoin is making a nice little correction or dump here to the downside. And for some reason, the altcoins are holding their ground. Okay. Fetchcoin here, for example, is still making a higher low. Can it hold? Right? Injective protocol still holding the trend over here, and many more altcoins I see are still holding their bullish structures for now. For now, right? And I see dominance is starting to drop here a little bit. And what I would like to see over here, legends, is on Bitcoin dominance would be great to take that little low, because we have now formed a higher low. When you look at this little impulse here, yeah, we formed a higher low, and this increases the probabilities of going up a little bit higher, where we will face some resistance again by this trend unless we can break the low, right? And then potentially continue the nice little old party that we've had during the last week or so. Legends, smash up the like button. Welcome to the live stream. Let me say hi to the beautiful community over here. Remember to smash up the like, hit subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and down in the video of, or in the description of this video, are the exchanges that I use to do my trading. Bluffin, they still have that competition that's running until the end of November, and they have that amazing 10% cash back. Don't miss out on this deal. And then I've got weeks, right? Really enjoying trading on weeks. I've still got the TR trade just running to the upside inside of my weeks trading portfolio, where you get some of the lowest trading fees. And only by using this link, right? You only get the low trading fees here on weeks by using the link down in the description, a deal specifically organized for my community. Okay, legends, let me go through the comments over here. Currently getting a little bit of reaction. I just wanted to see, for shits and giggles, why are we bouncing? I always like to figure out, if we get a bounce, why are we bouncing, and do we have a level of confluence where we are bouncing? So purely just looking at the price action, I can see that we're tapping the highs over here. Okay, that's currently offering support, purely from a price action perspective. And then I can go a little bit more technical and say, okay, I want to measure this wave here to the downside. So from the high to the low to the high, are we getting a reaction? We're getting a reaction at the 1-to-1 extension here at the moment. Can this give us the bounce? Are we going to get a recovery to go and claim the high from this little downwards momentum? Or are we going down a little bit lower, right? I really like the 1.6 area over here still. I still like the 1.236. And we can go and analyze this little structure on the lower time frames in the moment, because it does look like a double 1-2 combo to the downside. And if we do not get a recovery here to the upside, what we can still expect, I will share with you in a moment, right? Let me go through some comments over here. Promising them, hi Devil, welcome to the live stream. Elizabeth, always great to see you here, sharing the sunshine. Mr. Crypto Big Brains, thanks for your support, always much appreciated. Much love, brother. Bitcoin in free fall, right? In free fall. I think I should have changed the thumbnail. Bitcoin in free fall, but I do think there's the potential for one more pump here to the upside. What do you guys think? For one more pump. Right, let's see how this plays out. Misha, hi, welcome to the live stream. Dean, keen for the alpha. Yes, let's get into the alpha in a moment. What happened? Shit. Yes, yes. I mean, we're getting, we have to acknowledge legends. I mean, we have to acknowledge, okay, the party doesn't last forever, right? Sometimes you get a little bit drunk and you go throw up in the bathroom because you've had too many shots of tequila, okay? And a correction will be healthy for the market, okay? And what I mean by correction is a nice little correction to the downside will definitely still be healthy for the bull market and then continue momentum here to the upside, right? But we have to acknowledge, looking at this structure, even with this dump, okay, that everyone is calling here at the moment. Let me just take that thing there out the way, right? The structure is still insanely bullish. We have a low, we have a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher high, higher low. Guess what? We still have higher highs and higher lows. Even with this small little dump here to the downside, it is still a higher low. And even if the price comes down lower, okay, to $76,000, this is not changing macro market structure. This is still a higher low compared to this low, right? Okay, so even if we take a dump here to the downside and then we continue as low as $76,000, finding support by this consolidation area, we are still in bullish momentum. So there is nothing to be concerned about just as yet. What I quickly wanted to discuss over here is, for those of you that did not see Friday's live stream, my word, did you miss out on a lot of alpha. I don't know. I think people, get lazy on Fridays, or they want to relax. They want to spend some time with friends and family. And what I saw, typically what I see on a Friday is that the live streams don't get as much views. Okay. I got a lot of likes for the video, surprisingly, but it didn't get as many views as I usually get from Mondays to Thursdays. But I can tell you guys one thing. There was a lot of alpha that I dropped inside of Friday's live stream. And I still think it's worth you going to check it out, because there was a lot of educational content. There was Elliot wave analysis, where we could potentially go to, and also just my view on the market as a whole. Right, legends. So, I mean, just in summary, what I'm still looking at over here, okay, if I switch on Elliot waves, we all like Elliot waves just to see, well, from a directional buyer's perspective, can we still continue momentum here to the upside? And that is now the question, okay? 1, 2 in green is still in full force, right? 1, 2, and I mean, I need to zoom out to show you, okay? 3, 4, 5, right? It's still very far from completion. 1, 2 in orange, if, okay, we make a deeper correction. You got a super chat, right? This is cool that my software just let me know that I have a super chat. Hope I will be able to trade like you and Andy one day. You are the crypto kings. Thank you so much, Christian. I really appreciate the super chat. Thanks for the love. And right, I think, legends, and you will most probably agree with me, and I think we are not there just as yet, okay? When everyone on the live stream thinks that they are a master trader because they've just been making insane gains to the upside, their portfolios has never looked better. And everyone thinks that they are a professional day trader, right? That is usually when we reach the top, okay? Because it almost, you reach that phase in the market where you feel like you cannot lose, regardless of where you enter and which altcoin you pick. And when you feel like you cannot lose money, that is usually where those flash crashes comes to the downside. It liquidates the positions, it stops you out, it creates fear once again, and then the momentum continues back to the upside. But I don't think we've hit that stage just as yet. Okay, I think we are still early-ish. We are still early-ish. We haven't hit that 100K level just as yet. And I think we still need perhaps one more push here to the upside to create that extreme euphoria before we have a longer sideways correction here to the downside to go and complete number 4 in yellow or in orange. Okay, number 4 in orange. And now the question is number 5 in red finished? That is now the conundrum. I just want to see if I can just move. Let me do this. Right, just problem fixed. Right, so legends inside of the red structure. This is the structure I want to focus on right now. From an Elliott wave perspective, okay, and just let me quickly go on to stay here on the 12-hour. Let me just zoom in and show you guys what do I mean by this structure, okay? In green, you need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we are not even by 3 yet. We are still in the third wave in green because this is the foundation. This is the primary count. Then in number orange, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2. We could be finished with 3, right? If we go higher, I will just move the 3 up slightly, or the 3, I will just move it up because third waves can be very punchy. Okay, and we still need to complete 4. Okay, in orange, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to complete the orange structure. But now the red one is where I want to focus because we can nearing the completion. We can like to be nearing the completion of the red structure over here because red has to finish first, then orange will finish, then green will finish. And we potentially do have a triple 1, 2 combo. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 here to the upside. Okay, so I don't think from a technical perspective, the corrections are going to be too nasty here to the downside, right? And we are potentially still in that phase of the market where dips are made for buying and building a position to the upside, perhaps on your favorite altcoin and so forth, right? Green volume is still superseding at the moment. Based on the data that I have in front of me right now, green volume is still higher than the red or the purple volume that I have over here. So momentum is still to the upside. It is still in your best interest to look for longs, even though this little dump here to the downside looks very scary. And I will go in the smaller time frames and we can go and analyze the situation. Right, so let's focus on the red structure over here. Let me just zoom in over here. Okay. Right, so legends, just simply from a technical perspective, I'm looking at a 1, okay, where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves in 1. We have an ABC in 2, right? 3-wave structure in 2. And this was a massively impulsive wave in potentially the third wave over here. Also, the most amount of volume is usually in your third wave, and you can see that the most amount of volume was in the third wave, because even with the momentum here to the upside, the green volume is going down, and that is very characteristic, okay, of a fifth wave, where momentum still carries on to the upside, but the most amount of volume is in your third wave, and that usually gives you a clue that this was the third wave. This was the fourth wave correction, and we are now nearing the top for this impulse here to the upside. Okay, unless volume increased, I would have told you guys a different tune over here is if we were still grinding here to the upside and volume was still increasing higher than this volume over here, I would have said we're still busy with the third wave. We are still busy with the third wave. Then we're going to make 4, then we're going to make 5, right? But this really looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the big question, right, is when can like the fifth wave to be finished? That is the question, because we can, right? We can dump from where we are right now and the fifth wave is finished. And now we are going to correct this entire structure, because that is what happens when you have a wave 1. This correction corrects this structure. When you have a wave 3, this correction corrected this structure. And when you complete the final fifth wave, this correction does not correct this structure. This correction could potentially, well, is supposed to correct this entire structure. Everything happens in waves. Okay, now the question is the fifth wave finished? right? And we've done some measurements, some high level in measurements on Friday's live stream. That's why I said that live stream is jam-packed full of alpha. One of the common fifth wave targets that I'm still keeping an eye on is, guess where? Still above. Okay. I have two fifth wave targets over here. I have a fifth wave target at $102,000, 600, more or less. Okay, right over here. And then I have another fifth wave target at 100, and let's call it a round number, $108,000, where we have a common fifth wave target when I use fib extensions to go and measure where could this fifth wave end. So if this little dump that we have to the downside is a correction and not an impulsive structure to the downside, okay, you could still hit one of these targets before we potentially correct this entire structure over here. So there are still levels to the upside that we need to keep an eye on. And the reason I think there's a chance to still go to higher levels is because we are still building up massive bullish CVD. I do not see any sign of weakness from a cumulative volume delta perspective. Cumulative volume delta still shows me that smart money is buying up the dips, right? So when I look at cumulative volume delta here on the 15-minute time frame, okay, I can see, for example, between these two pivots, right, between this pivot over here and where we've made now the correction, on blue, we have insane bullish CVD. On white, insane bullish CVD. Not on yellow just as yet. So we have a double confirmation. We do have a double confirmation, which tells me that potentially momentum still to the downside is just going to create more bullish CVD and potentially even a triple confirmation on yellow. Okay, and we can still create bullish CVD against this pivot and against this pivot. But you can see that with the momentum to the downside, smart money, bigger time frame players are still buying up the dips. They are absorbing shorts from retail, right? It looks like, from what data is telling me, not because I feel like it, but data is telling me that retail wants to short and push the price down, and smart money is absorbing the retail shorts, potentially to go and send it to the all-time highs, maybe once again, because based on this bullish CVD that I spot over here, the target is the high. Okay, between the two pivots that you spot, the bullish CVD, the target is always the highest point between the two pivots. And as price even moves down further, you're going to still create massive, insane bullish CVD where smart money is they just keep on building up their bags, filling up their long bags here to the upside. Right, another super chat. This is Jimmy from Hong Kong, pro member. Love your technical analysis. I've learned a lot from you and Andy. Always support you guys. Oof, thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat here in the live stream today and the love that you guys are sharing here at the moment. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I hope so. Alison, yes. We're hoping that this is a correction, right? We're really hoping that this is a correction. And we are currently finding support at a 1-to-1 extension, which is a corrective structure target. But there's just one thing that concerns me a little bit over here, okay? But only a small concern. It's only a small concern here on the smaller time frames. And I will go and discuss that in a moment here on the 5-minute time frame. Right, so legends, that is now the conundrum. Can we go a little bit higher? Okay, I do think, okay, that the market needs a cool off. The question is just, when is that cool off going to happen? Is it going to happen at $108,000? Okay, because a common target for a fifth wave is using this method where you take your fib. Okay, I need to just move. Let me just switch this off so I can see that pivot low. You take your fib extension from the pivot low over here, which is 1. You take it to the top of 3 and to the bottom of 4. That is how you measure your fifth wave. Most commonly, there's 3 ways to measure a fifth wave. Okay, one of the other ways is that your fifth wave is the same length as 1, which is this target that I have at $102,000, 600. The method that I've just shown you, the target is at the 0.618 at $108,000. And we have not hit any of these two targets yet, but there's another method. There's another method and it has hit the target for a fifth wave. And that's why I'm saying the fifth wave can be finished anywhere in this zone. Okay, the last method that you can use to measure a fifth wave to the upside is you take a fib from the high of 3 to the bottom of 4, you drag it across, you reverse it just to get the fib levels to go to the upside. And you can see where we're currently consolidating is here. So I would say most commonly the fifth wave target is between the one, the orange and the red numbers that I have here, the 1.236 and the 1.382, but it can go to the 1.618 and even the 2 fib over here. So a lot of targets to the upside, but you can see where we're consolidating is at the 1.618. Okay, usually a magic number. Right. Now the question is, we need to go and analyze the local structure inside of this move to see, well, where is the probabilities? Are we still going to continue here to the upside, or are we still starting to build impulses to the downside? Right. So let me take this out the way. Let me go to the 5-minute time frame and show you guys the little bit of the concern that I have over here. Okay, I want to zoom into this structure. Okay, so, I mean, you can just see the dips are being bought up so aggressively, okay? And if I go here onto the 5-minute on CVD, I just want to see if I spot some weakness over here. There's no weakness on CVD. Little bit of bearish CVD as we're going here to the upside on yellow, little bit of local bearish CVD, which brings me to the concern that I want to share with you guys over here is that when I take a fib extension, okay, we are around about here by the 1-to-1 extension, which means that the corrective structure could be finished. And now we're going to continue momentum to the upside, potentially building a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back to the upside. Okay, it would be very interesting to me to see that when the pump finishes here to the upside and we start getting the retracement, okay, do we build up bullish CVD against the retracement pivot and the low that we've just made? And if there's no bullish CVD, we increase the probabilities of coming to take the low once again because of what I see over here. And what concerns me a little bit about this structure is that it does look like we could potentially have formed a 1-2-1-2. And this is a 3-4-5-4-5, where you see those triple bottoms to the bottom. Okay, this could still be a C wave. Okay, and what I mean by that is if this is a C wave that's going to form a 1-2-1-2-3-4-5-4-5, where you see the triple bottoms, you see nice bullish CVD building up. This could be the end of the corrective structure and we're going to start building impulses back to the upside. So this is the only concerning thing that I see here at the moment. I don't want to go into the 1-minute time frame and go and count the structures over here. All, it's just when I spot it, I can see like, okay, well, this looks like a 1-2. This could be a 1-2, and this could be a third impulsive wave to the downside because it did end on the most amount of volume. But C waves also like to end on a lot of volume. But when you have an impulse, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the downside or to the upside, I always tell you guys the third waves has the most amount of volume. So we ended this structure on the most amount of volume. So I would not be surprised for price to top out, do a correction, and if it takes the low on lower volume, that could be the end of the impulse. And as soon as you get acceptance back above this low, that could be your sign of strength back to the upside. But because of this structure, you might do this and you have your 3 peaks. And what I would like to see with these 3 peaks is hidden bullish divergence on the RSI. I will definitely be keeping an eye on hidden bullish divergence on the RSI. I'm not sure if we'll be able to spot it on the 5-minute, but I mean, if price, okay, let's just play it out. If price does something like this, lower lows on price action, but it makes higher highs on RSI, I would say, okay, that is hidden bullish divergence, and we could potentially continue the pump here to the upside. Right. But I also just want to highlight that this could be the low for now. It could be because we did hit a corrective structure target, right? And for those of you that missed that part of the live stream, if I go here on the 15-minute time frame, okay, and I just look at this price action over here, and I'm basically counting this as, what if this is an A, this is a B to the upside, and this is the C wave to the downside, a 3-wave corrective structure. Then what you can do is you take your FIB extension from the high to the low to the high, you reverse it, okay? And now I have some corrective structure targets. The 1-to-1 extension is a very, very common corrective structure target. 3-wave corrective structures love the 1-to-1 extension over here, okay? If we make the triple top that I've just explained, if we do that, or even a double bottom, okay, and you tap the 1.236, also a very common corrective structure target, 1-to-1, 1.236, and then an extended corrective structure target, not so common, okay, a little bit more rare, is your 1.618 at $92,000. So I will still be bullish even if Bitcoin, okay, perhaps makes the triple top, the triple bottom, and it taps the 1.618, the 1.236, or the 1-to-1 extension. You can use these levels as SFP levels from a trading strategy perspective. And what do I mean by an SFP level? Because I know that there's going to be a lot of new people joining the live streams and they don't know what Devil means when he says SFP, swing failure patterns, right? It is where you have a clear pivot. It's where you have a clear pivot, right? And you will, as a technical trader, what we will do is we will go and add a little line there using a magnet. And as soon as price dumps below that level and it moves back above, meaning it gets acceptance back above the level, we sniper along. We put our stop below the week and we target the highs, or even the 618. When you take a FIB from the high to the low, that is usually where we start taking profits, and we have to acknowledge that we are starting to hit, and just take the magnet out, you are starting to hit some resistance in this area over here. Okay, so you will take a FIB retracement from the high to the low, and you can see 618 close to the consolidation area over there. Right. The beauty about this pump here to the upside is that there is an invalidation. Okay. If, legends, if this is a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, okay, and we are going to make a double bottom or a triple bottom to the downside, if this pump here to the upside taps the 0.618, we are most likely going higher. It invalidates an impulse to the downside, where this is just part of a healthy corrective structure done. You tap the 0.618. Yes, you can get another higher low and then continue blast off to the upside, because the 0.618 is an invalidation for a fourth wave. Okay, what do I mean by that is, if this is, and let's just do a simple count over here. If this is a 1, 2, 3, the fourth wave is not allowed to tap the 0.618 to increase the probabilities of coming to take the low. If price rejects by the 50% FIB level and it starts moving down, you have an increased probabilities of coming to take the low again. Okay, so you want price for the bulls, you want $97,000, 342 to be hit. That is your target from a bullish perspective. If price continues to move up here and it hits 97,300 over here, the bulls have a chance for us to move to come and claim the high once again. Okay. I mean, nothing is ever easy in trading, okay? And and I just like to add that comment by saying, as long as price can continue to the upside and not make bearish CVD against this pivot, I think the chance is high to come and claim the all-time highs once again. If there's local weakness and bearish CVD building up, especially against this pivot, you might be forming a 1, 2, 3 to the downside. But usually when you are forming a bigger impulse to the downside, there is bearish CVD against those two pivots. And I don't see any weakness just as yet. I mean, if I look at the structure here on the 5-minute time frame, right? CVD really has to rock and roll here to the upside, okay, to start forming some bearish CVD, okay? Look at where this pivot is. It's right over here, here, and here. So, I mean, CVD needs to do this, and price needs to do that for me to have more confidence that we are going to form a third wave to the downside. And at the moment, it's just not showing me any weakness at the moment. It looks like the bulls are still in control. Support at 93K, possible hitting. Yes, I mean, now, right? I know I'm going slow, but I'm building to the point of where I'm trying to get at is, legends, this could potentially not be the high for now. And this is just a healthy corrective structure to the downside. And what I'm saying is it can still continue down, right? Where it looks like, oh, we're losing momentum. You bounce here on a bullish extended third wave. Corrective structure, the 1.618. And also when you start zooming out, you know, when in doubt, zoom out. I can zoom out on the structure. I can take a fib, a normal fib, from the low of 4 to the high that we've just recently made, and you can build some areas of confluence. Okay, so let me take the scribble here out the way. I mean, this structure is still, even with the correction to the downside, the structure is still incredibly bullish, okay? Because even if the correction continues to the downside, to the 1.618, we have a 50% fib level, okay? We have actually just tapped the 0.382 to perfection. I only saw this now. We've tapped it to the dollar. And I usually tell the legends in the live streams, okay, when you have an impulse to the upside and you eventually start making the correction and you tap a major fib level for the first time, you usually get a nice reaction from a swing failure perspective. I mean, you can make insane gains using the fib extensions and the Fibonacci to your advantage. Look at this. I mean, look at that. You tapped the 0.382 to perfection. I just want to make it a little bit shorter. Okay, right. I mean, tapped it and you got the bounce, right? You just need to know how to draw your fibs, okay? You need to know how to draw your fibs. It comes with experience, and we teach it in our Legends Pro community. All the education gets dropped there on a daily basis. And right, so I mean, what a beautiful bounce on the 0.382. Okay, beautiful bounce, currently getting reaction here to the upside. What I do like about this bounce at the moment is look at the insane green volume that's kicking in here on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, we have insane green volume kicking in here, which shows me massive buying power is kicking in here at the moment. Not financial advice. Let's be honest, folks. You won't find better alpha on YouTube like the 𝗞𝗔 man deserves it. Yeah, Mr. Not financial advice. I think people have been killing it here with the D-line strategy. I mean, if you have not made insane gains the last 2 weeks using the D-line strategy, then I don't know. I mean, it's one of the easiest trading strategies, and you most likely wouldn't have been stopped out once, right? I mean, there's just been D-line after D-line after D-line. And for those of you that don't know what the hell is a D-line, right? A D-line is basically a one trend line strategy where you could have played this whole momentum here to the upside. And I just see them everywhere, right? You have, I'm not going to use a trend line. I'm just going to draw that. You have a D-line. you have a D line, you have a D line, you have a D line, and you know why you're entering the trade, you know where to take profits, and you know where to put your stop loss. The 3 W's of trading. Why am I entering the trade? Break of trend, high volume kicking in, Fibonacci level being hit, bullish RSI, bullish divergence, whatever your reason is from a trading strategy perspective, you have to be able to tick your why. Okay, it's this tool over here, and some of you might get frustrated with me that I always talk about this, okay? But I will keep on talking about it because I just see that people don't practice good risk management. And with this little dump that we had to the downside, I can just imagine how many people are shitting themselves because they didn't practice good risk management. As a trader, you have to know why you are entering the trade. First thing. The second most important thing, after you've established why you are entering the trade, you have to know where your stop loss, your invalidation is going to be. Okay, very, very important. And you have to know where you are going to take profits. If you cannot tick all 3 of them, you should not enter the trade. Okay, because then you're going to end up like that person that comes onto the live stream and says, I bought in over here, now I am underwater, what do I do? And then I'm going to say, you should not have entered the trade if you don't know where your invalidation is. Okay. Right, legends. I know that everyone is bullish and everyone wants to see their favorite altcoin. Everyone wants to see where the potential targets is. People are starting to ape into trades without risk management. Okay. And I can tell you guys now, if you would like to know how to stay profitable as a trader, if you'd like to know how to trade a bear market, and regardless of what market cycle we are in, and you can still consistently make profits week after week, month after month, this is the channel for you. Okay, because I know retail is going to start going crazy. Everyone's going to start thinking that they are an experienced trader because a rising tide raises all ships. And when a rising tide raises all ships, it feels like you can't get the trades wrong. Who's 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽? Who's Andy? Right? You're going to start, people are going to start asking those questions. Who's Andy? Who's 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽? Ah. And then when people lose money, they let me go find that person again, because I remember them talking about risk management. What is risk management again? Okay, legends. So I mean, even with a correction, even with a deeper correction here to the downside, so what if this is going to be a larger 3-wave structure? I mean, we just have to consider bearishness here as well, because this could look like the pump that's going to take us again. And it could be. But what if we come back down lower, right? We still have the 50% FIB level. We still have the 0.618. And as the last bullish structure, we still have the 0.786. So for a deep correction here to the downside, you don't want to see us lose 89.5K. Okay, so that this structure here to the upside, okay, will remain bullish. This is a healthy retracement and we continue momentum to the upside. I'm not sure if we're going to come down this low. For now, it looks like the bulls are defending this level at the 0.382. And we do have a lot of support inside of this consolidation area. And it's going to take an insane amount of selling pressure, okay, to chop past the support over here. Because in trading, I always say look to the left to find resistance and support levels. You guys know this by now. Look to the left, okay? And when you see choppiness like this, it will offer an immense amount of support, okay? When you have price action like this, there's no choppiness. It's just a straight line. You often fall down as quick as you went up, and that's exactly what happened over there. But when you have choppiness, and price falls down, this choppiness offers a great amount of support for the price to find the bottom and reverse again. Okay, what goes up fast usually comes down just as fast, if not faster. Right, cool. Let me go through some comments. Cook, please on 𝗞𝗍𝗃cie. Yes, altcoin requests are flowing in. If you have read the Rich Dad, Poor Dad, 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽 is our Rich Dad. That's actually an awesome book. If you haven't read Rich Dad Poor Dad, it will really change your financial mindset. It really, I think it's a great book to change your financial mindset. If you haven't read it, it's also a great story. So if you like novels and that's your thing, go and read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I really enjoyed that book. Read it many years ago. I think I've read it twice already. Right, let me go through some more comments here to the top. Devil, you're the man. I've been trading a long time and complicating things. Took the D-line break on 3-minute trend on this dump. First TP hit, approaching second TP now. Simple. Alex, yes, I mean, that is how simple it is. And I think a lot of people feel that the strategy is too simple. A lot of people think that technical analysis and trading has to be complicated. And if it's not complicated, there's something wrong with their trading ability. I can tell you guys now, the D-line strategy that I often talk about, okay, there was another D-line strategy, by the way, over here, okay, the D-line strategy, okay, a little bit choppy, but nonetheless, there was a D-line strategy over there. When I show and I share with people the D-line strategy, okay, a lot of people still don't take the trade. They are still hesitant to go in. They enter with lower capital. They cash out. They buy back in. They cash. They're uncertain about the trading strategy. But I can tell you guys now that there are two extremely successful traders, very well known. Okay, I'm not going to mention any names, that only use the D-line strategy, and they are extremely, well, three people that I actually know. They are extremely successful traders. They do not use Fibonacci. They don't know anything about Elliott wave theory. They don't use fib extensions. They don't play swing failure patterns. All they do is use the D-line strategy. And the only thing that they are able to identify is the 3 cycles of a market. Are you trending? Meaning, are you trending to the upside or are you trending to the downside? Those are the two. Bear market or in a bull market. Or are you consolidating? And if you are able to successfully identify in which market phase we are in, the D-line strategy can be used to the upside and it can be used to the downside. And when you are in a range, you are just more aggressive with profit taking by the 0.618. Okay. But yeah, I think some people are just, it's too simple. Okay, it's too good to be true. But I can tell you guys now, if you use the D-line strategy, even on some of your favorite altcoins, you would have roped in the profits. Okay, you would have just been absolutely killing the profits here to the upside with the 3 W's. Why am I entering? Break of trend. Where's my risk management below the recent low? Where am I taking profits? At the high. Simple. Played out many times with this momentum here to the upside. Right. Okay, cool. Spot CVD on this rally. Bullish spot CVD on this rally. Yes, I mean, CVD on the larger time frames is just incredibly bullish. Okay, if I go here on the 15-minute time frame, but I mean, it still has some room. It still has room. So what I'm trying to point out over here is even if price still comes down further, we still have insane bullish CVD forming, showing us from a data perspective, okay, because that's how a technical trader trades. A technical trader trades with technical data, not because you feel like it or you feel like longing or you feel like shorting. Okay, there's no emotions. It's all based on technicals and levels. Technicals are showing me that smart money are still buying up the dips, even with this little dump here to the downside. But it's not to say that the dump can't continue, because they can keep on filling their bags. Maybe they want to buy in at a little bit lower prices. You never know, right? I just wanted to quickly have a squiz here at the heat map. I haven't had a look at the heat map in a while. Okay, so let me just check out the heat map. Did we grab some liquidity? I want to go here to symbol. We did grab some liquidity here to the downside. You can see we stopped out a lot of longs. Okay, there's still a little bit left here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a double bottom. So by a double bottom, what I mean is that if we sweep the bottom again, so if I go onto the 5-minute time frame, okay, as a technical trader, I mean, if you played this SFP from this low, you should already be in profits. Maybe you paid yourself here to the upside already. But if price, okay, comes down and it grabs the low again and it gets acceptance back above. There's another long, okay? Maybe it moves up and it does it again. Okay, there's another long. Does this not look familiar? Does this not look familiar? Because I can show you guys where it played out many times successfully on the daily time frame. Okay, every time you grab the low, you get acceptance back above. Okay, woof. It comes back down again. It gets acceptance back above, right? It gets acceptance back above, it goes, right? It gets acceptance back above, it goes. You just need to take profits on the way up. You need to go and plan where your TPs needs to be. So many swing failure patterns even played out during this consolidation zone over here, where the lows were just being bought up aggressively every single time, right? Who knew? Who knew that this would be the low? Who knew that that would be the low? I do have the proof, okay? And it's not about being right, okay? But I do have the proof that when we made this low and we made this three-wave structure, which was such a bearish looking structure from an Elliot wave perspective, that I have many live streams, okay? And you guys can go check it out if you don't believe me, where I said, I think this is the low. If you put a gun to my head and you ask me, I said, guys, I think this is the low while we were trading over here. Okay, I said, I believe this is the low. When we made this stop, I said, guys, I think this is the low. When we came down and everyone said we're going to $30,000, I said, I still think this is the low, because every bullish structure here to the upside, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, all the bullish structures, and this is the exact words that I used, the bullish structures has failed us, where it's claimed the low every single time. And I can't help but wonder, what if the bearish looking structure is going to take us to all-time highs? And this was a very bearish looking structure, a three-wave structure. What you want to see is a five-wave structure. Okay, and it was indeed the bearish looking structure that did this, right? And now the rest is history. Okay, so we can still get into trade successfully with good risk management. Now what I want to do is, okay, we all might now be, okay, a little bit fed up with Bitcoin over here. Let's go through a couple of altcoins, see if their bullish structures are still intact. Okay, I think that is the conundrum. And guys, if you'd like to come and trade with me, support the channel, the links for the exchanges that I use, some of the best exchanges that I use is, well, not some, these are the best exchanges that I use to do all my daily trading, is Bluffin. They still have that competition running until the end of November for 16 days, 19 hours and 51 minutes, where we can share in a prize pool of $1 million. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we were 14 or 15 ranked from all the groups, the Bitcoin Census group. I need to go check that out again. Okay. And you also get that 10% cash back, right? How cool is that? For the money that you deposit into your features account, you don't even have to trade. You get that 10% cash back. But you have to leave the money there until the end of the competition. Right. And even the team told me, even if you put $1,000 in there, and you get wrecked, you lose the $1,000 because you didn't practice good risk management, you will still get 10% on that initial deposit that you've made, even if you lose your cash. Okay, just to make that clear, it's not the balance that's there at the end of November. It is the initial deposit that you've placed in there that you will qualify for that 10% cash back. Okay, right. And then weeks. I mean, I see a lot of people here on the live stream are starting to trade with weeks. It excites me. You know, it's a new exchange that approached us and they said, Deal, just give us a try, man. Just test us out. Okay, you can have direct access to our support team. If you pick up anything that's wrong, if you pick up any bugs, just let us know, okay? They are even inside of our Discord where you have direct access to the week's support team if you have any issues. What I love about them is they have that up to $20,000 sign-up bonus, but it's the trading fees that are really attractive, okay? It's really attractive, the trading fees, where you only need an email and a password to sign up. Okay, links down in the description. Come and sign up. Come trade with me. Let's play the momentum here to the upside. Right, legends. Let's go through a couple of alts. KSM, Solana, Phantom. Some YouTuber was saying it would not be a utility coin season, but rather a meme coin season. You know who? I have a hunch. I have a hunch who could say something like that, but I'm not going to say it live on here, right? And that person might be from South Africa. It's not me, though. It's not me. Injective protocol, Solana, NEAR, right? 9-inch. Yes, I haven't looked at 9-inch since the last bull cycle. Wow, I actually need to look at 9-inch. 𝗖𝗍𝗍𝗍, right, legends? Let's dive in through some altcoins. The ones that I want to share with you a little bit later are the ones that I believe is still in accumulation zone. Legends, I feel like I'm running out of altcoins, okay? Last week, we spoke about so many altcoins that are still in perfect spot positions, and they've all popped, right? You've missed them. They've popped, right? I'm still in my Rune trade over here. I'm still in my fetch trade, okay? I've actually bought a little bit. Okay, my entry is now a little bit higher, if I'm not mistaken. I think my entry here on fetch is now a little bit higher, right? But my position is still protected. It's a free trade for me here to the upside. I do believe that fetch AI, if I look at fetch here on the larger time frame, compared to what some of the other alts have done, right? It feels like fetch is still lagging. Okay, please guys, no financial advice. I just mean all the ones. Each week's KYC, no. Wormhole, did you buy Manta? I'm not sure. I might have. I bought so goddamn many altcoins, guys. But I mean, you can only buy so many. But I think I did buy Manta. Hi, Devil. Nice to see you again. Mafia broke out the structure and bought more than 60%. Yes, Mr. 𝗖𝗍𝗍𝗽, right. It's just they are all popping. So I'm trying to show you the ones that have not popped. Because when you start looking at... let me go and use a perfect example, okay? Let's use Atom as a first example. I want to go to the daily time frame and just show you some of the alts, okay? Just keep an eye on the structure that I'm showing you over here, okay? You have that pump that got us all excited, and you have this massive dump, right? And then you have this structure, this little structure I see on almost every single altcoin, where you had a round pump which made a higher low, and some of them are like Atom is already at the 3.618, and some of them are even at this high already. So looking at this structure, some of them are here, and some of them are just starting their pumps, but they've already popped. The ones that I'm trying to look for and still search aggressively over here is the ones that are still here, that hasn't done this little pop here to the upside. And I think fetch is one of them. So looking at the structure, okay, I'm going to quickly run through a couple of altcoins, and then I'll go through the requests over here. Okay, just looking at this structure, if I go to, let's run down the list here quickly. If I look at fetch, it hasn't done it, right? Yes, the same structure. You have the pump, you have the dump, you have that round formation where you've made the higher low. Where's the pop? Okay, this is why I'm pointing out fetch. I'm already in a fetch trade over there, right? I'm still leaving some open to potentially come and claim these pivots and the highs. It has the potential to still do this. Rune still has the potential to do that. We all know Rune is a great fundamental token. Please do your own research. But I mean, I think I speak on behalf of everyone if I say Rune has great fundamentals behind it. It's done phenomenal things here to the upside already during March, okay? And it hasn't done the pop, right? It hasn't done the pop to the upside. That's why I'm still in my Rune trade, okay? Atom already done the pop, right? Yes, they can still go to higher level, make no mistake, but I'm looking for the ones that has not done this yet. NEAR protocol, let's check. It's already done the pop, right? COTI, and bear with me, guys, I'm going to go quickly because I know exactly what I'm looking at. 𝗖𝗍𝗍 has just made the pop. Myself and Andy has spoken about 𝗖𝗍𝗍 so many times when we were still here. We spoke about 𝗖𝗍𝗍. Watch the trend. We are going to get a pop to the upside. I see our pro members, okay, inside of our Discord community. Boy, oh boy, the pro members in here, they have been fucking smashing the 𝗖𝗍𝗍 trade. Let me just see, where's the money shots in here? Right, let me share a couple of trades. Just see, Paul, Wild, 390%. I just want to see who took that 𝗖𝗍𝗍 trade. AR, I also spoke about AR. It popped. Someone took the AR trade. Congrats. Link trade. Holy crap, this guy has been absolutely space some coins. My man, you are on fire over here, right? You are an absolute fire. People just sharing Gala, Pepe. I saw the 𝗖𝗍𝗍 trades. I just want to see if I can spot them over here. Okay. Link. People have made money and lots of KDA. There's people taking the KDA trade that myself and Andy spoke about last week. It popped 259. Fetch. Oh, someone took the Fetch trade with me. Well done. We are on nice profits at the moment. 𝗖𝗍𝗍. There's the 𝗖𝗍𝗍 trade. 516%. The legend's taking it there with us. Someone also took the Atom trade, ADA trade, right? It's just been absolute rampage here to the upside. Miss Coffee Queen, holy crap. You have been nailing it. Nailing it. Oh, I see someone here trading on weeks. Well done. You know, weeks is a great exchange. Vahano, right? Let me just check here on the free Discord side. Blast, Vet, KDA. People took their KDA trade. Vet, I know Vet was very bullish. It had to break out to the upside. Right. Anyways, legends, let's get back here into the action. Right. But all I wanted to highlight over here is, okay, we've been speaking about the breakout. And if you missed it, the pop has already taken place. I do believe that the pop can continue, okay, to at least come and claim these highs. I do have bullish targets to the upside, but right, we need to be conservative. As a day trader, you most likely already took profits here by this high, okay, and maybe left the moon bag open for higher levels, or you will wait. You will wait for consolidation on the 15-minute time frame to continue riding the momentum here to the upside. What if, okay, there's another trend forming? Maybe this is the trend forming over here. You wait for the break of that trend so that you know, okay, I missed the 𝗖𝗍𝗍 trade. I missed the breakout, or you are inside of this trade already, or maybe you took the breakout over here. So if you are inside of this trade already, there's a potential to add to your position. So you take profits by the highs. You're like, okay, I still have a position open here. You get another successful breakout over here. Guess what? If you have an entry over here, what it will do is it will simply move up your entry, okay? And you just need to calculate not to add too much, so it puts your entry there, right? You need to calculate so you can move your entry there, add to your position, still have your stop loss above your entry level, and just continue riding the momentum to the upside with a bigger position size after you've already taken profits. And if you get stopped out, you still get stopped out with the profits that you've taken over here. No loss. It's a free trade. Okay, so now as a trader, if you see the pop, be patient, because often the price will consolidate and it will give you another opportunity to get in. Okay, so 𝗖𝗍𝗍 has now exploded here to the upside, but it is building a beautiful consolidation area. It looks like it is respecting this trend. So let's see if we do get a successful pop here, because then 𝗖𝗍𝗍 could continue its momentum here to the upside. Right, sorry, I got stuck there on 𝗖𝗍𝗍 because I know a lot of people, okay, missed the 𝗖𝗍𝗍 trade. And for those of you that did catch it, congratulations. Okay, so let me just take the scribble there out the way. Let's run through them. And I'm most probably going to go past one that you are in already. Link has popped, right? Link has popped. Now you have to wait for consolidation area and play the breakout, because there was many breakouts after Link popped here to the upside. Inside of this structure, there was many breakouts that you could have gotten back in because you missed the pop. Okay, so there's still great day trading opportunities with the momentum to the upside. Okay. Veracity, I mean, come on. It's just starting the pump here to the upside, but it's already popped. So I'm looking for the ones that are still here, legends. These are the ones that I'm looking for. Can we find ones that's still there? Because all the ones that I'm running through here, I mean, look at fucking ADA, right? We're talking about ones that's here and maybe ones that's here now. Like 𝗖𝗍𝗃 is roundabout here. Look at ADA. It's almost at a third wave target over here. It's already taken the high. I mean, if you want to spot buy ADA right now, you batshit crazy. Okay, you adding so much risk to your portfolio. I would rather buy something that's here, right, where there's less risk to my portfolio from a stoppage perspective, where your stop loss goes below the recent low, than trying to buy a coin that's already popped to the upside. Because this is typically, and I'm sure there's not any of you here at the moment, but this is typically where retail buys. They buy the tops. Okay, we already got in over here, so we're starting to take profits. Price then dumps on them, they sell. Price then goes up because it made a higher low. It continues 1, 2, 3 here to the upside, and we buy in again with the break of trend, right? You guys get the deal. We know where to buy. We buy where we need to buy, and we take profits where retail starts buying. Okay, I mean, ADA, right? It's just, there's no ways that I will enter an ADA trade right now. Ooh, Rose still looks like it wants to go. Rose actually still looks really great, legends. You have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inside of your first wave. You have a beautiful ABC, okay? And this looks like it's building up momentum. It's building up momentum, and at some point you're going to see that pop to the upside. Okay, Rose is another one. I need to highlight it in orange. Okay, I'm highlighting all the ones in orange. Can you guys see I have some orange coins over here that I feel is still ready? So I'm going to move Rose into that category. Right. Okay, we've got DOT. I mean, we all know DOT, right? Already popped. AVAX, already popped. Just wait for the consolidation. You could potentially get back into a trade, because I can see here on the 15 minutes, there was another breakout, already took the high. So day trade is over, right? You can still take advantage from a day trading perspective on the coins that have already popped. You enter, you take profits by the highs, you know where your stop loss goes. Beautiful day trade that played out here on AVAX. Okay, just taking advantage of the momentum. Theta, it's starting to pop. I do believe it still has some gas in the tank, but it's starting to hit underbelly resistance over here. This is where it's slowing down. Okay. ILV, I've got in orange. It's just left the station. It's just left the station. I think ILV, okay. There's your first area of major resistance is at $76, right? XTZ, too late. You missed the party, right? You missed the party. 𝗬liche, it's already popped. Okay, finding resistance here by the highs. That's where we're currently getting the rejection. Okay, so ILV I'm going to put in my orange list. Doge, I mean, we all know Mr. Doge over here. I mean, look at this, guys. Look at this, right? And this is what I'm speculating on some of our favorite altcoins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ABCWXY, it doesn't matter, 3-wave corrective structure over here. You've made a higher low, and then price consolidates, it makes those pump, dump, and then all of a sudden it picks up speed and it just leaves without you. Okay, this is a third wave. 1, 2, 3. This is busy with a third wave, and third waves can get very punchy to the upside. Okay, you never know where they're going to stop, and this third wave could potentially still continue to the upside until you have a consolidation like this in similar size. If you start seeing a consolidation like this on DOT, you increase the probabilities that you will claim the high once more and then go into the bear market, where you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But as long as you have small consolidations like this, number 3 can still continue to the upside. I mean, Doge, right? Who knew? Who knew? But I do have a spot bag of Doge, so I'm very happy with the Doge performance here to the upside. But if I show you Doge over here versus one of the ones that I've got in orange, okay, let's look at Rose, for example. Can you see the momentum that I'm still expecting? Can you see that you are potentially still early? Okay. Obviously, I'm just doing this for entertainment purposes. This is what I said on Friday. For many of the alts that's already popped over the weekend, I had the same conversation. When you look at Rose, for example, where you can also count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a wave 1, you've made an ABC correction in a wave 2, where you've made a higher low compared to this low over here, and you are now potentially building up that third wave here to the upside to come and claim, well, the highs over here, right? So look at Rose and look at what Doge has done. Similar structure. It has the potential to go higher. So we are still looking for the ones to give us this, right? From a spot perspective. Filecoin popped. It's currently finding resistance over here. A resistance area that I have identified. XRP, oh my man. Am I glad I bought a spot bag of XRP at 46 cents, right? That is where I bought XRP, 46 cents, right over there. Speculating on a 1, 2, can you guys see the power of a third wave? A third wave just leaves you behind 3, and it can still continue. We've already hit the 3 extension. We've already hit the 3.618, smashed the 2.618, smashed the 1.618. It looks like we're on our way to the 4.618, and who knows, we might even smash the 5.618. We don't know how bullish XRP is going to get here to the upside, but it's insanely bullish, right? Algorand. I mean, what can I say? The pop already happened, but it still has potential to 49, let's call it 50 cents. Okay, you have not hit a common third wave target yet, which is the 1.618. So you need to wait for the consolidations on the smaller time frames, and you play the breakouts. Don't FOMO into a trade. Okay, GMX. Ooh. I mean, it's not the prettiest technical coin, but it does look like it could potentially pop. I'm not too happy about the fundamentals from GMX. By all means, from a technical perspective, it looks like it can continue momentum here to the upside. It still has acceptance back inside the value area low. It got the deviations, okay? It made a higher low, and this could be building up that to the upside to come and claim these highs. KSM. Oh man, look at KSM. What a pump and dump, right? This is why you don't FOMO into trades. Because if you were that unlucky bugger that bought in over here, you are now stressing your off. Okay, I mean, you know, and you get those people, they buy the top, you are now 23% underwater, right? You want to buy where the smart people are buying. You want to buy over here. You wanted to play the breakout using a trading strategy. You could have played that breakout. You could have played this breakout. You could have played that breakout. When this happens, you want to sit on your hands and relax and take profits. You don't want to try and FOMO into a trade when it popped already. Okay, EGLD. Ooh, I think EGLD, it might be getting ready. I just don't like that EGLD claimed this low. Okay, it's the only thing I don't like here, because I can't count this as a bullish structure because it claimed the low. So this needs to be the bullish structure. Maybe this is 1, 2, and it's building up the third wave here to the upside. Okay, so keep an eye on the smaller time frames to play the breakout. And remember, guys, all of these coins that I'm showing you, and I know you guys have a lot of requests. I'm going through my list. There's lots of altcoins here, and I'm sure you've seen the ones that you would love to see anyways, right? Links for the exchanges that I use where you get the bigger sign-up bonuses, especially weeks with the lowest trading fees, down in the description. Go sign up, come trade with me. Costs you nothing extra, and you benefit from those amazing deals. Mina protocol. Ooh, I think Mina still has a lot of gas in the tank. Mina actually looks very bullish and it has not popped just as yet. Mina still looks great, right? This looks like a nice bullish structure over here. This could even be a 1-2, 1-2, and it's getting ready. It's getting ready. At some point, we are facing resistance over here, so you might just grind, and then get the pop. There's not much resistance in this zone. So once it breaks through this resistance, it's going to accelerate here to the upside. Okay. But I remember from DOT, right? I remember on DOT, and we might still get to it. We had an insane weekly level on the macro time frame, and we were trading there against the level. I told everyone, I don't like to long into resistance. And then what did DOT do the next day? Push. It just shot like a rocket through that resistance level, like a hot knife through butter. It's like, I don't care about the resistance. I'm going. Sushi already popped, finding resistance here by the resistance box. Okay. Mina Protocol, I would say, is on my orange list. I'm going to put Mina Protocol on my orange list. Phantom, it's already popped. Okay. Vanry. Ooh. Ooh. Vanry actually looks really good. Vanry actually looks really good. I'm going to make this puppy orange. Okay. It looks like it's going to go. It looks like it wants to go. 1 2 1 2. It could be forming a double 1 2. But you guys get the deal. It has not popped yet, right? Vanry has not done what Doge has done, what ADA has done, right? There's your next area of major resistance. Okay, I'm going to put Vanry in my orange list, and I'm going to keep a close eye on those coins and make sure that I do have some of those in my spot bags. Where were we? Phantom, Sui, right? I mean, what can I say? Sui has hit a third wave target. Can still go higher as long as we don't get large consolidation areas. But I have been talking about Sui for months already, right? I've been talking about Sui, like I'm interested in buying Sui during September, the beginning of September. I told you guys I'm gonna nibble here on some Sui when I saw the breakout. I'm gonna take some Sui. I bought a spot bag of Sui over here, right? Somewhere in this zone, 80 cents, 85 cents. This is where I bought Sui. And I did get some hate comments about it. Some people not telling me that Sui is crap. They're having a massive token unlock. And sometimes you just need to ignore the fundamentals and say, well, the technicals looks absolutely insane, right? And I had this scenario mapped out when we were over here, where I had my third wave over here and I had my fifth wave over here, right? I did not change this. When we were over here, this is the scenario that I had mapped out. And look at what Sui has done here to the upside. And this is still in a third wave. This third wave can still continue to the upside, and I will just drag it up as the structure matures. But for now, the pivot is there. We have hit a common third wave target, which is the 1.618. If Sui makes a larger correction similar in size to this correction, you might be in the fourth wave. You're going to make the fifth final wave, and then you are going to go into another ABC correction to the downside. And as long as Sui makes small little corrections, smaller in time than this correction, it can pump. Make a small correction, pump. Small correction, pump. Right. It's just bull flag after bull flag after bull flag. Litecoin. Litecoin is already popped. Okay. Solana. Let's look at Solana over here. I mean, I do have, dare I say, a massive bullish scenario here on Solana. Just want to see something over here. Legends. I mean, I do have a spot bag of Solana. I actually sold my XRP two years ago, and I bought Solana, Render, and Rune. That's what I bought. And then I took the profits and I bought a spot bag of XRP. And I don't regret that decision for one moment. But this is kind of, if we remain in this bully structure, this is kind of what I'm seeing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. And it's now busy with the third wave on a macro perspective, where this was the 2. Okay, you basically have a 1, 2 bear market, and we are still busy in a macro third wave over here that could potentially give us a 700, let's call it an $800 Solana here to the upside. Okay, dare I say, can we see a $800 Solana? Only time will tell, but this is what the technicals are showing me. Okay. Technicals are showing me that we could potentially get a $800 Solana. Let's see, right? Let me just take the scribble here out the way. I've also had this Elliot wave scenario plotted out when we completed the 4th wave, and people tell me impossible, right? Impossible. And now we're getting the momentum here to the upside. We already took the highs. Did we take the all-time highs on Solana? Did we? Did we? Yes, we already took the all-time highs. Okay, so I would expect maybe a little bit of a cool off over here and then continuation to the upside. But if the cycle continues, if the bullish momentum continues here to the upside, right, we could see ourselves with an $800 Solana. But I mean, it's not in buy zone at the moment. You should have had your bags packed over here, if not down here, right? Yes, I do see all the altcoin requests. I'm still going through altcoins here. 𝗶𝗶, I'm not going to even talk about 𝗶𝗶, right, guys? It's an absolute rocket here to the upside. Shiba Inu already popped. 𝗖𝗍𝗆𝗍, what can I say? 𝗖𝗍𝗆, it's already by the highs. It already popped, right? ICP already popped. Uni, it's facing some resistance here at the moment, but it does look like it can come and claim the highs. Let me just go back to regular scale over here, not to confuse myself, right? But I mean, Uniswap has already popped. CRV, I mean, this is a trade that I highlighted. When did I highlight this trade? 8th of November, I highlighted this trade. Still had it mapped out, right? I highlighted this trade. I said, this is my trading setup. Take profits here by the highs. This is where I will enter. You put your stop below the low. I remember telling the legends that I know the stop loss is far away. It's an 18% stop loss. So for me, it's a spot buy or a very low leverage position, 2x max, okay? But from a risk to reward perspective, I mean, this is a 5.83 risk to reward, played out beautifully. So for those of you that did take this trade, congratulations. Right, Render. I still think Render has some work to do here to the upside, but it looks bullish. It looks like it's just broken this trend over here. It's just broken this trend. It's chopping, 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 and this usually builds up strength for pop. Okay, so from a spot perspective, I think it has a chance. I still think Render has a chance. VET, I mean, it's not at a level that I will buy in at the moment. Already broke, it's gone, right? Now you need to, and just to repeat myself, you need to now go to like the 15-minute, 1 hour time frame, and you go and see if there's a trend forming, okay? You see if there's a trend forming, you go and smack on your alarm and you play the breakout so that when you enter the trade, you know exactly, okay, why you are entering. You're entering the break of trend. Where is my risk management below the recent low? Where am I planning to take profits by the highs? And I know I will leave some of the position open for higher levels, right? So if you can tick your 3 W's, why am I entering the trade? Where's my risk management? Where do I plan to take profits? You can still take advantage of the breakouts. Okay, there was another breakout, and this is potentially now forming another trend. So you wait, you sit on your hands, right? That's what I mean. Zooming to the smaller time frames so that you can still take advantage of the momentum to the upside. And I mean, once this one breaks out, that's when it's nice to zoom out a little bit. Okay, this trade, this potential breakout can take you up to the highs where you then have a 7 risk to reward trade. It has the potential to take you to the highs. Brett, need I say more? I'm not going to go and look for the message that I posted. I went and tried to look for it the other day, but I mean, this was a trading setup that I highlighted for Brett many months ago, about 2 months ago, right? We were trading over here, 24th of September, 20th of September, round about this zone is when I highlighted the Brett trade. That was the trade that I highlighted. Okay, you play the breakout, you could have added to your position, your stop goes below, sorry, your stop goes below that low, right? And there was just breakout, 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 breakout. And then, I mean, this was the breakout that just sent it, right? Now you can zoom into the smaller time frames, perhaps take advantage. But I mean, this trade has now played out to perfection. You had to wait very long. And I did tell the legends, this is a low leverage or a spot, preferably a spot trade. KDA. Andy spoke about KDA. I spoke about KDA. We've just been talking about KDA the whole of last week when it was here. And even, right, if I go here onto the 8-hour time frame, I think I even shared with the legends where I bought some more KDA. I bought KDA during this zone over here. I bought some more KDA during this consolidation area. And then when we fell down here with this little pivot, I bought more KDA. Tracking the momentum, right? And now it just tapped the 1.618 profit taking area. Okay. I did highlight this to the pro members. Okay. If you look at this little structure here to the downside, 1, 2, 3, 1.618 is a common third wave target. But also, like I highlighted, third waves can get punchy. They can go higher. But we have to acknowledge that the 1.618 is a profit taking area because you might not go higher. Okay, and it is currently consolidating at the 1.618. So what if this is the third wave? It's going to form a fourth, it's going to make a fifth, and then the structure is complete. But it looks like it still has gas in the tank for higher, as long as the consolidations stay small and you keep on playing the breakouts to the upside. So I will keep on moving the third wave as we make momentum to the upside. But we just have to acknowledge that it is at a third wave target, 1.618. And that's currently where we're getting the consolidation. Right, legends, before I go further down the list, let's go through some altcoins. Altcoin requests here inside of the comment section. Let me take some water. You said nothing about ETH, only shitcoins. Well, let's go and look at the sleeping giant. Okay, what can I say? It's already popped. I'm looking for coins that have not popped, right? I do believe that ETH still has a lot of gas in the tank. This structure over here where the FIB got tapped at the 0.88, okay, because you had a retracement up until the 0.88, when you take a FIB from the high to the low over here, it increases probabilities that you're going to come and claim the high. So I would not be surprised that this structure over here is going to take ETH to at least $4,100 and even higher, right? So on the daily time frame, take the scribble out the way. Right, ETH is just getting started. It is just getting started. So if you would like to day trade ETH, you go into the smaller, you go into the smaller time frames and you play the breakouts. Here's a breakout that I played on ETH. Breakout, bam. You claim the highs, you take profits, you know where your stop loss goes. And now I wait for another consolidation. But I can tell you now, this price action is not price action where I enter a trade. This is very confusing. It's complex. There's no clean trend. Okay, there's no clean trend where you can play a beautiful breakout. This is confusing. I do not FOMO into trades. So at the moment, ETH is not giving me a trading opportunity. This is why I'm not talking about ETH. There was the breakout. You should have already taken profits by the highs, leave some of the position open for higher levels, but there should be a, if you missed this breakout. And I mean, there was many down here. There was a breakout. There was a breakout. There was a breakout. There was a breakout. And I spoke about all of these breakouts on many of my live streams. So I do cover ETH, but at the moment, ETH is not in a trading zone for me. Okay. From a spot perspective, I believe if you missed or don't have ETH in your spot bags, I think you might get another dip. You have to be comfortable to be underwater, okay? So it might come down for a retest at the trend and then continue the momentum to the downside. So you have to be uncomfortable. uncomfortable with being comfortable, right? You might get this. And if you're waiting for this, also remember you might not get it. It might just consolidate you to the upside and continue momentum, right? And that's why I said there's never a great time to add to your spot bags, especially if you missed the breakouts. But I would rather wait for another consolidation so that I know where to put my stop loss, I know why I'm entering, and I know where to take profits from a day trading perspective. But at the moment, ETH is not in a trading zone for me because you missed the breakout, right? Okay, so what else? Okay, but I do believe that ETH is definitely one of those tokens that will, at some point during this cycle, the bull cycle, we still have until the end of, dare I say, October. Let's just call it end of September next year. Okay, for this bull run to still continue until then. ETH definitely still has the gas in the tank to come and claim the highs and potentially even go to higher levels. Right, so from a spot perspective, I mean, you could argue that maybe it's still in buy zone. Maybe you're still going to be early, right? I don't want to be the person that tells people I will not buy any ETH over here, and then in 4 months from now, it's over here, and then everyone's like, crap. Why didn't I scoop up some ETH while we were trading below the highs? Okay. Right. Mr. Crypto Big Brains, audio. Yes, I know a lot of people are very interested in audio. I can tell you guys now, I'm not happy with the fundamentals of audio. I don't personally like the fundamentals, but I do know that the technicals look great. Okay. Let me add both. I mean, yes. I would even argue that the technicals don't look great. Okay, call me crazy. We might get the pump. Yes, it just, okay. So let me tell you what I like, and then I'll tell you what I don't like. I like that it has found the floor. Okay, that's what I like. Tick, a big tick. This is really a big tick. Selling pressure is exhausted. It doesn't want to go lower, right? You had a massive pump, you had a massive dump, and now you are going sideways for many, many, many months. It's not dipping below this level, and when it dips, it looks like buying pressure kicks in and it just keeps it on a straight line. So this is a tick for me on audio, right? It looks like it's in a great zone to buy. It looks like it still needs to pop to the upside. I would say to at least these little pivots, okay, and maybe even this pivot over here from a massive bullish momentum perspective, which is still okay from where we are right now to the pivot over there. You're looking at a 10x coin potentially over here from a technical perspective. Let's go through what I don't like. I know we're all looking for the coins that have not popped, but what I don't like about audio is audio claimed this low. So I, from an Elliott wave perspective, cannot count this as a 1, 2, 3 to the upside. You've claimed the low, so you need to build another first wave. So you guys have to remember, from a bullish perspective, you have to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first order of business is you need to build your 1, 2, 3 to the upside. Okay, let me give you a perfect example. Let's do ADA or Doge. All right, Doge is actually the perfect example. The reason you are seeing this crazy price action on Doge is because it formed a beautiful 1, 2 higher low, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A, B, C, higher low, and now you are busy with the third wave to the upside. When I look at audio, it validated its first wave. So what you would like to see from audio is, I'm not saying that it can't get a pump to the upside. All I'm saying is it still needs to build a first wave, another retracement before it can start a parabolic move to the upside. Okay, it needs to repeat this again. So this could still be an insane trade to the upside, 1.5x to the upside, definitely to form its first wave, but it's not going to have an explosive third wave to the upside, and it's the third waves we want to get into. I don't see a third wave on audio. Okay, so I'm saying that it can still get a pump, but it's not going to be like this right now. So maybe the pump is going to come later, right? Because audio, in from a technical perspective, and I'm purely just basing this off Elliott wave theory, is I cannot count this as a 1, 2, 3 because the low took the low. It's not a valid 1, 2 anymore. So now what you want to see is a 1, 2 higher low, and then you can expect the third wave to the upside. So yeah, is not looking so sexy for me. Okay, but I do acknowledge that it's still relatively low and it can still get upwards momentum, but I would take aggressive profits here by the highs at 40 cents, right? I'm not a big fan of the fundamentals. Please do your own research. If you are bullish from a fundamental perspective, you believe it's going to do great things to the upside. I don't like the fundamentals, and I also don't like the technicals. And I'm not saying that it can't do this. I'm just saying that there are coins for me that has a better looking structure. I don't like that the lows has taken this low, because I want to get into a coin where I see the potential for a third wave to the upside, and all I see is the potential for another 1, 2. And what if it takes the low again? And it keeps on doing lower lows, lower highs, and it keeps on rolling down. I'm not saying that that's going to play out. I just have to, as a technical analyst, I'm showing you what I look at, right? I don't like this. I like that it's found the floor. I do see the potential for a pump, but I don't like that this low has taken that low, because I'm looking for coins that can do this based on this structure, and I don't see this structure on audio. Okay, so yes, it looks okay. I'm definitely not adding audio to my spot bag. You do you, right? You do you. Because it might pump, and then after a couple of months, you're going to tell me, 𝗬𝗚𝘆𝗽𝗍, you absolute stupid person. Look at what audio did here to the upside. Okay? Yeah, I don't care. Right? I can honestly tell you, it's just, I feel like I have way more bullish coins in my portfolio than waiting for audio to wake up. Right. PRQ, please. PRQ. Let's go through some altcoin requests. PRQ, USDT. Okay, X should be good. Yeah, I mean, this looks better than audio. It really does look better than audio. Okay. Also, similar price action. You have found the floor. Okay, you found the floor. That's basically your support box. Okay, I actually need to make this green because support is green. And now, you know, this is the difference between audio and what I'm analyzing here at the moment, is that we have made a higher low compared to this low. So potentially this could be a nice bullish structure where we have formed a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, inside of here you could maybe count a 5-wave structure, and you have formed a higher low, which could say, okay, well, this maybe is number 2, this is number 1, and it has the potential for a third wave to the upside. So this is a way better looking structure than audio for me. So for me as an investor, if I had to choose between the two, I'd rather buy PRQ. Okay, I don't know the fundamentals, but the technicals looks better for me. Okay, so it looks great. It does. I can see that PRQ is a low liquidity or low cap coin based on the wicks here to the upside. But it looks like it still needs the pump, right? It looks like it still needs the pump. I just want to see, legends, before I continue with the comments, I just want to see, what is Bitcoin doing? Is it finding the strength? Is it still rejecting here to the downside? What is cooking here? Right? Ooh. I mean, look at those wicks to the upside. You can see the selling pressure kicking in over here. Okay, what is CVD doing? Let's have a look. Let's refresh this. Go to the 5 minute. I just want to see if no, guys, something is wrong over here. Yeah, that's better. Okay, we do have bullish CVD. We have some local bullish CVD. So it looks like momentum could potentially still continue to the upside. Right. INJ, I have looked at INJ already. Okay, I can just quickly tell you that INJ are still very bullish on, from the larger time frame perspective. I'm still looking for some more upwards momentum. Injective protocol has a beautiful 5-wave structure to the upside. I mean, look at this. It has one of the most bullish bounces as well. A beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful 5-wave structure. A nice higher low, a bullish higher low. Okay. And it looks like things are just getting started over here. It's already broken this trend. Okay, and it looks like it's building up strength. So if you can count a beautiful 5-wave structure like I can see over here, okay, and a WXY ABC, however you want to count the corrective structure, it has, remember that this potential third wave that's forming here, okay, has the likelihood of hitting the 1.618, which is a common third wave target. So if this thing starts building up, all of a sudden you're going to get that pump to the upside, 1.618. This is where KDA is at the moment. We spoke about KDA last week. Okay, when it was here, KDA is now here. Over the weekend and during today, it did that, right? So Injective protocol still looks great, even from a spot perspective for me. I'm happy with the fundamentals. The structure looks insanely bullish. I think it still has a shot here to the upside. Can we see $100 Injective protocol in the next month? I think it has a high probable chance. Please, guys, no financial advice. You do your own research, and I'm just here for entertainment purposes. But I do have Injective protocol as part of my spot bags. It's a coin that I believe in as well. Right, I think it has a chance here to the upside. Technically, it looks very strong. Okay, it is lagging behind still a little bit, so it's potentially still one of those that you could get an opportunity to get in. I do like the round formation here. It looks like it's turning around. Okay, beautiful 5-wave structure, round formation. It's broken the trend. I just want to see what is it doing on the 15-minute time frame. I mean, it was already 2 breakouts. Okay, you guys can see how I'm tracking this, right? Formed a beautiful consolidation. You have the breakout. You claim the high, and guess what? You missed this breakout. Now I waited for this consolidation, and you broke out again. You claimed the high, but it looks like it's building. It looks like it wants to go, right? Okay. What else? Magul production. And remember, guys, if you'd like to come and trade, okay, to trade these beautiful altcoins that are still in accumulation zone potentially, links down in the description for the exchanges that I use. Weeks, one of the exchanges with the lowest fees. Bluffin, one of my trusty platforms that I use here. I'm actually in a massive trade here on Bluffin, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check that out. Yes, I took a AKT trade here this morning with Andy. In our pro community, Andy spoke about Akash. I think it's called Akash. Andy spoke about Akash. Let me quickly go through Akash. Breaking potentially out here to the upside. I mean, this is a day trade, right? Potentially breaking out here. Andy spoke about Akash. This is the trade that I took. Already in a little bit of profits. I mean, it had a little bit of a pump and a dump, right? But it's still holding the price action because it does have these wicks, these scam wicks, right? But I'm giving it a chance here for momentum to the upside. So I'm currently in a cash trade here on Bluffin at the moment. They do have it there on the exchange, where you also get that 10% cash back on the money that you deposit into your features account. So another one that I saw still potentially looks great One of the pro members highlighted this one to me this morning. Okay, and I was like, "Woo, it looks amazing. Way better structure. It's also found the floor, a potential 1-2, and it looks like it's getting ready for an explosive move to the upside." So I bought a little bit of spot over here on UMA, on Mr. UMA over here, purely from a technical perspective. I bought some UMA. Okay. Right. Ooh, thanks for the super chat. Where would you take profits on DOT long term? That's a good question. Let's go to DOT. Mr. Dotty Dot. Well. You see, the problem, legends, I can tell you now, the problem, okay, that we all face from most of the altcoins is that we do not know how high the third wave is going to go. Because if you look at Doge, look how high the third wave went, okay? And for some of the other coins, they might not go that high, right? If you look at Doge, look how high this third wave went. So if I use the same fib extension that I've used on DOT, from the low to the high to the low, okay, Doge is already past the 2 extension over here. And it can continue to the 2.618, to the 3.618. You don't know how high the third wave is going to go. And in Elliott wave theory, third waves are the most bullish, most impulsive waves. And the only clue that a third wave gives you that it's starting to slow down is if you can get a same consolidation in time as the second wave. 1, 2. So if you can get a similar consolidation in time or longer, okay, so it can continue pumping, it makes a small consolidation, it continues, small consolidation, it continues. But if it starts doing this and it consolidates similar in time to that second wave, that gives you a clue that the third wave has come to an end. You're going to make a fifth wave and then start the bear market back to the downside. So the problem that I see with DOT, for example, that you're asking over here is that I do not know, no one knows how high the third wave can go. It can go claim the all-time highs, and the minimum target that from an Elliott wave perspective, the minimum target that we always look at is the 1.618, where you form a beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 typically taps the 2 extension. So right? This is the, I would say, the very, very conservative DOT target is $20, right? That's a very conservative DOT target. But what if, okay, this third wave just goes to the 2.618, to the 3.618, to the 4.618? I don't know. From a conservative perspective, I don't know which target to give you because no one knows. The one tip or trick that I can tell you is that you zoom into the smaller time frames, and as long as you get a pump, a small consolidation, and a pump, and a small consolidation, and a pump, you just hold on to your bags, right? If you start seeing a large consolidation similar in time to this consolidation over here, then you know, okay, crap, maybe one more high and then I'm going to cash out. Right, do you guys remember this? Let me quickly just show you guys this, okay? I know you all want to have a look at your favorite altcoin. Do you guys know when the bull market is going to end? Because I might have an idea. I've done the technical analysis and I did a live stream about it, but you might not have seen it, okay? Do you guys know when the bull market is going to end? Let me show you this. Let me put it here on, I need to go to log scale. I need to do this. I need to just give you guys some real estate. Let me just take the scribble here out the way. I did a whole live stream about this, right? And if you have not seen this live stream, you missed out on so much alpha. Let me go to the weekly time frame. Oops, undo. Okay. I'm not going to go through everything again. It took me a whole live stream to go through the structure the previous time. So I'm just going to share with you quickly. Smash up the like. Yes, Mr. Crypto Big Brains got 193 people watching the stream, 119 likes. I think we can be a little bit more bullish here on the like button. I'm sharing a lot of education, a lot of alpha. If you do not know where to take profits, perhaps it's not about where you need to take profits. Perhaps the question is when you need to take profits. Okay, just saying, no financial advice. But if we look just very quickly, if you look at the bull market that we were in during 2012, okay, you can see I've got the halving. The orange lines are each time we have a halving. Usually the bull market starts, okay, before the halving and 50% after the halving. So this was 50% of the pump. This was 50% of the dump from a timing perspective. Most of the gains gets made after the halving, and this is why people think that the bull market only starts after the halving. But you can see from a technical perspective, this was the bull market. Then you have the bear market. Then the next bull market started at January 15th, 2015 is when the next bull market started. Okay, halving smack bang in the middle. 97% of the gains was made after the halving, but the bull market actually started over there. Then we had a year bear cycle. So what I'm basically getting at over here, legends, is that when I take previous data and I look at where each bull cycle started and where each bear market started and ended, I can predict where this bull market is going to end based on previous data. So if I take the halvings into account, where the bull market started into account, now I can look at where we are right now. Okay, so this is where we are right now. Let me zoom into the structure. Okay, yeah, I typed here, we are here, right? And I also put this line in here for a very specific reason, because I want to go back to the live stream I did last week where I explained the structure and say something when we hit the end of the bull cycle. So based on previous data, where the halving started, where the bull market started, where it ended, and where the bear markets started, I can more or less predict to say that the bull market is going to end round about end of October next year, 27th of October. To play it safe, you can even say the end of September, right? We have only passed the halfway mark where the halving started. So we've already started the bull cycle. We are now in the second half of the bull cycle, which is usually where the most amount of gains are to be made. So if you think for 1 second that the 100K is going to be the high and we're going into a bear market, data suggests otherwise. It's never happened in the past before. So this is potentially where the bull market is going to end. So maybe, just maybe, it's not a question of where you should take profits. It's a question of when you should take profits. I will definitely be taking profits in this zone over here. I would rather get out of the market a little bit sooner if the bear market starts earlier than I predicted, than trying to ride the top and then get a big crash to the downside and take some losses. And then here is the next predicted bear market that's going to last up until 26 October 2026, which will last for around about a year. Okay, and then I have just a cheeky little bull market target in here of $180,000, but no one can unfortunately predict where the bull market is going, how high the bull market is going to go. But based also on previous data, I worked out more or less, okay, based on the calculations that I've made over here, purely just using data, to say that if most of the gains are made after the halving, and let's say we've already made 35% of the gains, we are still going to make 65% of the gains during this cycle, then a minimum target is $180,000. So, all right, I hope you find that interesting. So when I look at coins like DOT and some of the coins in my portfolio, I can't help but wonder, maybe, just maybe, it should not be a question of where, it should be a question of when. No financial advice, obviously. No financial advice. Making some bullish CVD with this momentum here to the downside. So let's see if the momentum can continue. Can you have a look at TP zones on XLM, please? If it's in a fourth wave, XLM, I don't think XLM is in a fourth wave. XLM, isn't XLM XRP's little sister? Yes. Look at this. I mean, that, you know, those are third waves, right? Also, in Elliot wave theory, guys, just from an education perspective, when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the third waves always has the most amount of volume. When you make the final push to the upside, you are making higher highs with less volume. Then you know you are in a fifth wave. Most of the volume inside of this pump to the upside is in this wave, which tells me it's a third wave. Most of the amount of volume inside of this little structure over here was inside the third wave. Then you made the fifth wave over there with less volume. I don't know if you guys can see that, right? That's typical behavior. You basically, that was your third wave and that was your fifth wave. Okay, so at the moment, no, we're not in a fourth wave yet. Okay, it can still continue. It's, wow, I mean, if you buy XRP, you have to buy the little sister as well, XLM, right? Because they follow each other and it's almost at all-time highs. And that's why I'm saying, even on DOT, I don't know how high DOT is going to go. Right? But if I start seeing a consolidation similar in time, if it had to start a consolidation similar in time, if you ask me the same question that you've asked me now, are we in a fourth wave and we were over here, I would have said a high chance, because now we have a large consolidation that mimics this consolidation. But there's nothing, there's no consolidation. Okay, it's just on the smaller time frames, yes, there's a consolidation, but on the larger time frame, it just looks like one candle here to the upside, right? And potentially what you want to do is go on to the 15-minute time frame and take advantage of the momentum to the upside, because there's your trend. Set your alarm, play the breakout. Okay, take advantage of the momentum, because I can show you now, if I look at XLM over here, there was 1, 2, okay, and then if I zoom into smaller time frames, there was most probably 3, 4. But let's just look at there's already 3 successful trades, or 2 successful trades here to the upside. This is potentially the third one that's going to play out. Okay, using the D-line strategy. If you haven't seen the D-line strategy, go check it out. Okay. And if you would like to come and trade XLM, it's on Bluffin, right? I'm sure Weeks has got XLM as well. Go and why not use an exchange with low fees? The reason low fees are so important for me as a trader is because when you open up, like XLM here, for example, and the fetch trade that I'm still in, and the rune trade that I'm still in, and the Akash trade that I'm still in, when you have a trade that you are keeping open for longer, because perhaps it's a swing trade that you have on 2 or 3x leverage, every day you will see that the fees increase for that leverage trade, okay? It eats up fees. And if you are planning to keep a trade open for weeks or even a month, right, you want to do it on exchange that has low fees, because you don't want the fees to eat into your profits. This is why I like Weeks for some swing trades, right? Because they have low fees, like 𝗞𝗆cie, okay? But with Weeks, you only need an email and a password. With 𝗞𝗆cie, you need to go through the whole verification process, right? 𝗞𝗆cie is still, I mean, definitely one of the exchanges with the lowest fees. So if you can trade on 𝗞𝗆cie, they are great for swing positions, because the fees are incredibly low, right? And this is why I've got Weeks here as well. It's the fees that attracted me, but you only get the low fees by using the link down in the description. Day trading Bluffin is excellent, okay? And they also have that cashback, okay? They have that 10% cashback on the money that you deposit in your features account. Can you check ETH? Yes, I have already looked at ETH. That's just me. What do you think of BNB? Seems like it's lagging behind. Yeah, I used to have some BNB in the spot bags, but I mean BNB has pumped already, right? It's not much to say about BNB. It's already done the pump to the upside, if I'm not mistaken. BNB can definitely go higher, but I'm looking for coins that have not. Right, here we go. It also doesn't have a nice trend on the 15-minute time frame. So not in a trading zone just as yet. But you can see this is very, very, very old analysis. Oh, my word. I mean, I do like that it respected my little support box over here. It had resistance, punched through, came back as support, and now it looks like it wants to continue to the upside. So yes, BNB definitely has potential for much higher. But it's I think there are better buys. For me personally, there are better buys. Because you're exposing yourself to so much risk buying a coin that's already at the all-time highs. Why don't you go, and for me, why don't I go and find something like this rather, that's not at all-time highs. Okay, like, I mean, this looks great, right? BNB is already at all-time highs. BNB is here. I'd rather go and invest in something that's still down here, that still needs to give me the upwards momentum, where it has found the floor and the selling pressure is getting exhausted. So yeah, I mean, it can definitely still go higher, okay, but it's not my cup of tea. It's not my. It's in my spot bag. I'm using D-line. Elizabeth, well done, right? Thanks, 𝗬𝗍𝗍𝗍. Really bullish CVD at the moment. Yes, I do spot me some bullish CVD. You can see as price is falling down, it is forming bullish CVD. And I can tell you guys now, if it does not get the pump, okay, from where it is right now, and remember the target is the highs based on this bullish CVD. But if it comes down lower, I will entertain an SFP based on the bullish CVD, where a lot of people will think that the CVD is invalidated, and then it gives you a successful SFP, right, where you know where to put your stop loss and you're potentially coming to claim the highs. So I'm just saying we have to look at the bearish case scenario as well. What if it takes the low? I will consider a swing failure pattern from the low, only if price recovers back above that low. Otherwise, I'm not interested. Okay, but yes, I can see market makers are aggressively buying up this dip over here. Let's go here on the 5-minute time frame. Just want to have a squiz over here. Take a fib from the high to the low. Okay, it's in the golden zone. It is in the golden zone. I just want to see 1, 2, 1. Just want to measure. Okay, this is now me stuffing around on the smaller time frames, right? Ooh, it is finding support by the 1.236. It can go as low as the 1.618, but then you tap the 0.88, which increases probabilities of taking the low. So I would consider a 2 tap over here. Right, but I mean, it's definitely at a zone where it can get a bounce. If you are unsure about how to catch the low, you are unsure, you don't feel comfortable, guess what? You go on to, let's go on to the 1-minute time frame, okay? I take all the noise here out the way. And then what you can like to do is you go draw your trusty little D line, right? And you say, I do not care what happens over here. I will wait for the break of the trend. It's as simple as that. Ton. Everyone asking for ton. Let's go and have a look at ton over here. Not that one. Ton USDT. Where's Mr. Ton? I hate it when I search for it. It tells me I have it, and then it doesn't tell me where it is. There we go. Ton has left the station. What can I say? Okay, we've had the breakouts here already. Okay, and I mean, I've been tracking this thing like a crazy person already. I'm going to take that out the way. But I mean, there's the breakout you wanted to catch. And then you missed that breakout. There was a tiny little breakout again, okay? Catching the breakout before the breakout. And I think there was even some trades that I highlighted inside of this zone. But I mean, just looking at the daily time frame, oof, 1, 2. Yes, this is not a pretty bullish structure over here, so I can't really count this as a 1, 2. It's not pretty. It doesn't look like a 5-wave structure. Anyways, let's just pay attention to this structure. It's very bullish. All you can do here on the price of ton is go onto the smaller time frame, look for the breakouts. I mean, there was the breakout. Take that out the way. There was a nice breakout. I can actually take these alarms out. I don't need them anymore. Okay, it was another breakout. Another breakout. Okay, there was another breakout. At the moment, it's not really in a trading zone for me. Unless this is the trend that's forming, I will play the breakout of this trend from a day trading perspective. Right, that's basically what I see here on ton. Zeta, 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗍. Let's have a look at Zeta. Okay, I like to look at new things that I haven't seen before to see that, well, maybe am I missing out on a spot buy? Let's check it out here on OKX. Let's go to the daily, see where we are. Is that it? Is it a new coin? Zeta USDT. Right, let's do KuCoin as well, because I know KuCoin has got a lot of data. Oh, that's it. That's it. Right, I don't really have a lot of data to work with. So the only thing that you can use over here is you have a momentum line here to the upside. Okay, you have already broken trend over here, just like a rough technical analysis. So usually when you break a major trend, okay, on the larger time frames, and you start going sideways in an upwards momentum, it could be building up strength, and you don't know how long this is going to take before it just pops to the upside. It can be now, it can still consolidate inside of this consolidation area, but it still looks like Zeta. I mean, I have no clue what the fundamentals are about. The technicals looks great, actually. It looks like it's still in accumulation zone over here. Right, let's draw that quickly here. That is your accumulation zone. Okay. And right, you don't really want to accumulate when you're outside of that box, because that could potentially be the breakout. So as long as you are inside of this box, it's potentially still great accumulation zone. You have made a higher low compared to this low. Okay. You have broken trend. The momentum is up. So the bullish signs are there. Right? From a weekly time frame perspective, that is usually where I like to identify key areas of support and resistance. And the only major resistance that I see here to the upside is this little bugger over here. Bam. That is the next major area of resistance. So it looks like if Zeta is going to pop here to the upside, it could accelerate up until it hits $1.7. Which is about a 1.4, 1.3x here to the upside. This is the next major area of resistance that I spot. And then you have resistance over there. You have resistance over there. And then once you break this resistance, you could go to go into price discovery. Cool. Legends. What else? Remember, you can trade these coins on the exchanges that I have down in the description, where you qualify for that 10% cashback on Bluffin. What are your thoughts about Fib levels, when to use it on 5 minutes, 1 minute, 1 week, or so on? Find the pullback TP levels. Any advice forum you can recommend, suggest, where I can dive into this? Okay, the Fib levels work on any time frame. Okay, it depends on which time frame you trade. So when I do analysis like this, for example, let me just use a better example like Link. I think Link is a great example. Doge is a great example. Let me just go find them over here. Just quickly want to see what AR is doing. Ooh, AR. I need to make AR orange. I need to put AR in my orange list. Okay. For those of you that's been watching the stream, you know what my orange list is. Elizabeth, I'll go through your question in a moment, right? But let's just use AR over here. AR has made a beautiful 5-wave structure to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Beautiful 5-wave structure. It has made a very sexy correction here to the downside. It has made a very bullish higher low compared to the low over here. So from a FIB perspective, on the daily time frame, it has made a very bullish low. Okay. And when you look at this structure, guess what? You see this on every single time frame. It's on the daily, it's on the 4-hour, it's on the 1-hour, it's even on the 1-minute time frame, because I can go onto the 1-minute time frame. Okay, and you will see similar structures unfold, and I will use the same fib extensions. So I will also see, okay, maybe this is a nice little impulse here to the upside. It made a beautiful correction. So from this low to the high, okay, it bounced here on the 50%, got momentum to the upside, claimed the highs. So it just depends on which time frame you are trading. Do you want to enter 3 or 4 trades every single day? Or do you want to enter a swing trade that can last for months? Or do you just want to buy spot bags and more or less know where to take the profits? It depends on how many times you want to trade, because these structures that I'm highlighting on the daily time frame play out on all the time frames. Okay, because you might see this structure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 1-minute time frame, and regardless of the time frame that you are using, let me take this out the way. Regardless of the time frame, looking at this structure where I can count a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, if this had to be the 1-minute time frame, guess what? I'm still going to take my fib extension from the low to the high to the low, and I'm going to say, okay, beautiful 5-wave structure over here. I'm planning to take profits by the 1.618 at $87. So whether this is the daily, whether this is the 1-minute time frame, in the 1-minute time frame, you might take profits in an hour from now. On the daily time frame, you might only take profits in a week or 2 from now. Okay, just depends on how punchy the price gets here to the upside. So these structures and fib extensions I use on all the time frames depending on what time frame I am trading. So the structures that I'm identifying here, where price is still in a great accumulation zone for me, expecting that leg here to the upside, is spot bags, right? You're going to have to sit on your hands and be very patient for these trades to play out. So you use weekly on the spot bag. Yeah, daily and weekly. That's what I use. Daily and weekly on spot bags. Okay, but I mean, legends. Here's another nugget, right? Here's another nugget. Don't say that you didn't hear it, okay, on this live stream. I see a beautiful 5-wave structure on Mr. AR. If you don't know the fundamentals of AR, go check it out. It's a great filing system token, very similar to Filecoin. AR and Filecoin are competitors to each other. They both do very well. I do think AR is a little bit more mature. I do have both of them in my spot bags. It has broken trend. It is made of beautiful 5-wave structure. It is made a beautiful higher low. And I have been talking about AR since it started breaking out over here. I have been talking about AR during this entire zone over here. Now we are already a little bit higher. It's only a matter of time. And I can see the green volume kicking in here. It's only a matter of time before it says bam, like KDA did to the upside. Okay. KDA, 𝗖𝗆𝗽, the ones that I've been talking about last week have already popped. You missed them. Here's potentially another opportunity. Okay, if you want to play it safe, go onto the smaller time frames and see if you can catch a breakout. Okay, it's not pretty price action here at the moment. I mean, look at this beautiful breakout over here. Beautiful trend. It breaks out. Beautiful retest. It makes a higher low and it breaks out again. Okay, so if you missed that breakout, there was another breakout. This choppiness is a bit confusing, right? It's just, it's not a beautiful trend here at the moment. So you have to wait for better consolidation. But sometimes it chops very confusing, doesn't give you a clear trend, and then it just leaves without you. So I have a decent amount of AR in my spot bags. I am very bullish on AR, Arweave. No financial advice, but I think it's ready. Okay. Do you guys remember when we spoke about 𝗖𝗍𝗍 last week? Do you guys remember when we spoke about, yeah, let's just 𝗖𝗍𝗍? It's gone, right? I spoke about 𝗖𝗍𝗍. Yeah. This is where I spoke about 𝗖𝗍𝗍, break off trend. And then I said, I'm keeping an eye on this trend. Broke and we smashed here to the upside. Now I'm tracking this momentum. Okay. Because maybe you missed it. And there's potentially another breakout over here, okay, to continue momentum to the upside. And AR has not done this yet. So for me, I think it needs to catch up. I hope it's going to catch up. It's a great fundamental token, in my opinion, because I've done my research on it. You need to do your own research. Okay, legends, remember down in the description of this video, Bluffin with a 10% cash back, right? For money that you deposit in your features account. Weeks, you get the lowest trading fees with only an email and a password to sign up. Only by using this link, you get the low trading fees. Great for swing trades. If you want to keep a swing trade open on low leverage for a long time, it really helps to trade with an exchange with low trading fees. Okay, legends, that's unfortunately all I have time for today. Thank you so much for joining the live stream, for being with me, for sharing your altcoins. Hopefully the ones that you are sharing with me here in the comments won't pop until tomorrow, right? But I have gone through many tokens that have not popped yet. So go and have a look. It's all in my orange list. I've marked them all orange. I put them in my list and I shared it during the beginning of the live stream where I just ran through all the altcoins. There's potentially still a couple that you can catch here before they have that leg here to the upside. Go and check it out. Smash up the like, hit subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Till the next one. Just for now.